Imagine you decided to leave your house's physical front door wide open all day long. You don't have a screen door and you don't have a lock. You just let the street meet your living room. It wouldn't take long for your life to feel like it wasn't yours anymore. Every quiet moment, eating a meal or just sitting in thought, could be interrupted by anyone who happens to be walking by. We'd never do that with our homes, but most of us do it with our smartphones. We give everyone a direct 24-hour path into our focus. Every vibration is a digital knock, and because the door is open, these messages demand our time immediately. But there is a specific group of people who don't seem to feel that pressure. You send them a text, and they don't reply for 3, 5, or even 12 hours. On the surface, it's easy to see this as a lack of care. But if we look closer, we find that this delay is often a very deliberate way of living. Understanding why some people choose to stay on red actually reveals a better way to protect our own peace in a world that refuses to be quiet. Think about the last time you were so involved in a task, maybe reading or gardening, that you actually forgot where you put your phone. In those moments, your world feels large, quiet, and steady. This is the mental space we all have. It's the private room inside your head where your thoughts can actually stretch out and settle down without being stepped on. When we reply to every text the moment it arrives, we force our brains to constantly jump back and forth between our real-world task and the digital screen. This constant task switching acts like a leak, causing that internal quiet room to shrink until there's almost nothing left. A slow texter is simply someone who recognizes that leak and stops it. Putting the phone in another room effectively locks the door to that mental space, allowing them to keep their internal environment calm. With that door closed, they are free to look at the trees in front of them or the person sitting across from them with zero distractions. They aren't managing two worlds at once. They are choosing to be fully immersed in the physical one. So when they don't text back, it's rarely a rejection of the person who sent the message. It's an active choice to stay present in the room they are currently standing in. If protecting our focus feels so good, why do most of us feel so guilty when we don't reply right away? For many, a fast reply is a way to stay tethered to a sense of importance. We see a notification and feel a tiny spark of being seen or wanted. This creates a cycle where we rely on the phone to tell us we're doing okay. Our mood spikes when we get a like or a reply, but because that feeling is tied to a screen, it's incredibly fragile. The moment the notifications stop, the feeling of value starts to drop. The slow texter has broken this cycle by finding their value in things that don't have a send button. When you spend your day deeply engaged in your actual life, you don't need the phone to verify that you're important. Your worth stays steady because it's built on your own actions, not on someone else's response time. This internal steadiness is what makes the wait possible. They don't feel the urgent need to prove they are available because they don't need the digital world to tell them they exist. Real confidence is the ability to disconnect your value from the speed of your typing. We've all felt that sting of annoyance when a friend leaves us on red for the entire afternoon. But we can choose to see that silence differently. Instead of feeling ignored, we can recognize it as a sign that our friend is actually living. A delayed response is evidence of a life being lived offline. It means they are currently somewhere that is more interesting than a piece of glass in their hand. This actually changes the way you'll experience them later. Because they aren't constantly draining their attention on a screen, they have much more of it to give to you. When you finally sit down together, you'll have their undivided focus, rather than just the leftovers of their day. We can all take a page from their book. Try setting the phone face down and sliding it away for a few hours. In an age where everyone is trying to walk through your front door, the most powerful thing you can do for your